Oh, 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 I can't live without you. Oh, oh, oh.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing my brand new camera. I've also got a few little extra accessories that I've bought to go with it. I will leave timestamps on the screen for different things because I do want to talk about different stuff. So if you're only interested in the unboxing, then make sure you check out all the different times that I have listed. The camera I'm currently filming on is my Canon G7X Mark II. It's a really great camera, but the focus is starting to go. This is quite a big problem with a lot of Canon G7X. That's why a lot of YouTubers have had to buy multiple, and it was perfect to begin with, but recently it started going out of focus and it won't, so basically the autofocus won't work. So I have been struggling. I have to sit very close to the camera so that if it does go, I can tap the screen because it just doesn't like it otherwise. So that is one reason I wanted a new camera. The second reason is I did also have my big camera, a Nikon D5600, which was really great for photography, but I didn't find it to be very good for filming my actual videos. I really struggled with the focus, it wasn't very good, and I just didn't need such a big camera. So I wanted to get kind of an in-between, one that I can use for vlogging and my main videos, and I did quite a lot of research. Originally I wanted the Canon M6, EOS M6, which is a mirrorless camera, and it's kind of like the one above the one that I've bought, which is the Canon EOS M50. So the M6 had a flip-up screen, but the problem with a flip-up screen was that if I ever wanted to use a microphone, I couldn't because there was a screen up there. And there were a couple other reasons in the end why I didn't go for that one, but I did choose the Canon M50. It has a flip out to the side screen. It's got a really great autofocus. It does shoot in 4K, although I won't ever be shooting in 4K. And just overall, it's kind of the perfect camera for me, and I did a lot of research on it, watched a lot of videos, don't know a ton of techie stuff, but for me, this is a really perfect camera. At least I haven't even used it yet, so we're gonna have to see how that goes. But yeah, I thought I would start off with some accessories I have bought to go with it. The first thing I actually picked up was a camera strap. So I got this one. This was just off of eBay. I really love these kind of vintage camera straps, so I went for this one. I know my camera does come with a camera strap, but I just kind of wanted to be able to personalize it myself because they will look the same, so this will make mine look a little bit different to the others. And also, obviously, if I'm vlogging, I'm not going to have it around my neck, but it's kind of extra support I can put my arm under in case I do drop it, because my G7X has this little hand strap. So yeah, I just would prefer to have something a little bit extra because it is obviously a slightly heavier camera than the G7X, so I'm probably more likely to drop it, and I really don't want to drop it. So the next thing I picked up, which is something I wanted to get for my previous cameras, I just never did, some spare batteries. These are like just a cheap brand spare battery set, but basically it comes with a dual charger. I will leave everything linked down below, but this is the charger it comes with. So you basically can stand in two batteries. Camera runs out, then you've got some spares, because I haven't had that with my others. It's just a USB kind of thing, so I can just plug this into any other chargers I have. So like, I don't know, my iPad charger, my iPhone charger, two batteries which are in these cute little boxes, which is really great, so I don't have to lose them and break them and that kind of jazz. Make sure if you are getting spare batteries that you research and make sure that they do work with yours. Hopefully I've got the right ones, fingers crossed. So the next thing I picked up was a new SD card. So the ones that I use the most are the SanDisk Ultra, and I have two 32GB and a 64GB, which are 80 megabytes per second. I'm not sure about the 60 because I'm filming with that, but I wanted to go for one with slightly more storage this time. So I was doing a bit of research and I came across this one, which is an Integral Ultima Pro Premium High-Speed SD XC memory card, which is slightly different and not compatible with all cameras, but it has 128GB and it's up to 100 megabytes per second to read and 50 megabytes per second to write. So I thought this would just be a kind of faster one, and it is compatible with 4K, which, as I said, my camera does have. So speaking of SD cards, I actually got something to store them in because usually I just leave them lying around in my wardrobe. So I got this like case, which is really proper hardcore, and you can fit in 8 SD cards. So obviously I have the 2 here and I have 1 there. I've got a spare. So yeah, this is really great. It is actually waterproof, which is also really good. And it does come with a little strap if you want to attach it. But yeah, this is just, I thought, a better way of storing my SD cards than leaving them loose in my wardrobe where they're more prone to breaking. And you can fit in the like nano ones as well, which I do actually have one on my waterproof camera, so I can pop that in there and not lose it. The next accessory I got is a camera bag. So this one does look pretty big, but it's very similar to the size one that I used to have, which I sold with my my DSLR. But basically it was just off of eBay, and you could choose the size. So mine is for obviously an M50. It's got 2 like Velcro pockets on the side so you can store other things in, and it's got a zip. It's got like some little compartments there. It's got a bag, and it's also, I can't really show you, but it's got a little divider in the middle which you can take out. Just thought I needed a camera bag to keep it safe. My G7X, I don't have a camera bag because it's smaller, but because this is a bigger camera, well, it's not even that much bigger, but it's got a proper lens on it, I want to keep it protected. I bought it brand new. I want it to stay working and nice. So the final accessory I got is a little remote control. This is an Eodelen remote. I basically wanted a remote so I can start filming from far away, take photos by myself, making it a little bit easier. So this is basically the remote. It's really tiny. It looks a lot bigger in the photo, but it literally fits in your hand. Has a little strap as well, which I probably won't use. But yeah, so you can set what's it called? So you've got the shutter here to take the photo. You've got AF, so you can choose the focus. Oh, I've just turned it on. And yeah, and you can start recording from it as well, which is really, really great. I've wanted one of these for my previous cameras, but I just didn't bother because I knew I wasn't keeping it for long. Okay, now we are moving on to opening the camera. So obviously I will leave like all links below to where you can find this kind of thing. But this is the kit I went with. I just went with the base kit. So it's the Canon EOS M50 with the kit lens, which is the 15 to 45mm image stabilization lens. In the future, I do want to get a like pancake lens, a fixed lens, as other people may know it, maybe like a 20mm, that kind of size. Okay, let's open this up. You can't really see, I should probably lower the camera, but honestly, it's a bit gross down here, so I don't really want to show you. I'm just going to open up the box. Okay, so the first thing we've got is obviously the user manual. I do actually want to make sure I read this because I want to completely set this up so it's like my camera. I know how everything works and it's easy for me to just pick up and vlog if I want to, but as well as just filming normally. So here is what the inside of the box looks like. Go ahead and take everything out. So the first thing we've got, as I said, is a camera strap. So this one is just the Canon one. This is a lot thinner than this, so I will just kind of see which I prefer, but I do prefer the look of this one, so I will probably end up using that. But yeah, this is just the classic. Tip to anyone, if you are buying technology, keep all the box, keep all the stuff that you might not think you want, because if it does come to the future and you end up selling it, even 10 years down the line, people will still be wanting cameras. So it's always good to keep boxes because you never know when you're gonna need it. Let's go with the next thing. So we've got this here. This is the battery charger. This is kind of similar to my G7X one, but it's slightly bigger. I guess obviously it's different. So this charger, you stand up the batteries, and this one you slot them in. We then have the actual like plug for it. We've got the battery itself. Yeah, this comes all like nice and properly done with the thingy on it. Okay, let's get the camera out. And the lens. We do love to see lots of bubble wrap, and that is just kind of the layout of the box for any of you wondering. Okay, what should we open first, the lens or the camera? Let's open the lens. Mirrorless cameras tend to be smaller than DSLRs, so this will be really weird because the lens is tiny. It's so diddy compared to like just a normal lens. I mean, obviously it's just a 15 to 45mm, but like even just a DSLR 15 to 45 is much chunkier. But I do really love how like sleek it looks. It's very just clean. This is like my old lens I used to have, so it's a lock one, so you can't actually twist the lens until you push it up, and then you can twist it and it will keep it, and then you have to lock the lens again in order to close it. So this is what you put onto the camera. Oh, I love to see that, so clean and no dust. And then we have the other end, which is such a tiny little lens cap. And there it is. There we go. It's so nice. It's so clean and dust free. I really love the actual, like, it's not a lens cap, but you know what I mean, for the body, because some of them are really chunky, but this is just really smooth. It's really, really nice. So this camera does have a microphone slot, so you can connect a mic. I don't know quite how it works. Anyway, the G7X doesn't have a mic slot, so you can't actually use an external mic for your G7X, but you can for this one, which will again be great. This one has a viewfinder as well, which the M6 doesn't, which is another reason I went for this one. The M6, you have to buy a viewfinder to go on separately, but obviously this is going to be mostly video and like vlogging camera, but I do still like doing some photography in my own time, so I would want a viewfinder for doing that. You've got all of your general settings, so like manual and stuff. I'm going to have to relearn all of these because on a Nikon, the symbols I think are a lot more fitting to what they actually are, whereas these are very different, so I need to learn. Really, really nice. You've got the HDMI bit, and then here is the screen here, so it's all flipped, so it's nice. Oh, and you can obviously flip it in like that if you want to. But a good thing about this as well is because you can turn the screen and close it that way, it's much less likely to get scratched than this one. I do have a scratch on this one, just because you can't cover the screen. Really, really nice. I don't know how you turn it on. Oh wait, I don't have a battery in it, that would help. I don't actually know, yeah, I don't know if the battery's gonna have any charge. Okay, so it's a little bit later on. I've had my batteries charging, so my new spare batteries I've actually just finished. So I'm going to pop one of them in and see how that goes. My original battery isn't quite there yet, so I'm presuming the others already had some charge. I've just popped on my little strap, which I think looks really, really cute, and it's not too long either, because I don't like it to be too long. If I'm holding it around my neck, it's high enough that, like, I know I'm not going to drop it. So I'm going to go grab the batteries and pop them in, and we're going to see about setting this thing up. Okay, so this is the test to see if the batteries actually are compatible. Oh, that spins. Sorry, with my camera. Okay, it's on. Alexa, what's the date?
It's Thursday the 11th of June.
I'll just sit here. I feel like that works a bit better. So it says push and hold the lens to switch. Okay, so this is this bit, so you just literally push this bit up here and then you can twist it. Okay, so obviously this camera isn't going to be quite as stabilized as the Canon G7X. The Canon G7X does a really good job at that, so that's going to be something I'm going to have to get used to, holding it a little bit more steady, but obviously for sit down videos that isn't going to be an issue. Okay, I'm going to watch a few videos on different settings and get all that, but I just tilted this completely, get that all set up. I will leave links here to which videos I've been watching to learn about all this stuff. Okay, so this is filming the Canon G7X on my tripod with obviously no external mic. So I'm gonna swap the cameras over and we're gonna see the difference. Obviously the lighting is gonna be different because I haven't fully adjusted the settings on that and I haven't got used to what I like. I've got a box by my feet so I can't sit properly. The angle might be slightly different, but we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so this is the new camera. This is how it is set up. This is not with any of like the exposure changed or anything. So if I don't know how to do it on here. Increase the exposure a bit. So I am directly in front of a window, so I probably don't need the exposure increasing much at all. So this is how it is. I do colour correcting in Final Cut Pro as well, so obviously that is slightly different. But this is on the 15mm zoom, I think. So if we zoom, oh, the quality. It's literally following my face perfectly. I do think my tripod isn't quite straight. But yeah, so this is obviously the new camera. I need to listen to the sound and everything. I am looking into getting a new mic. I sold the one I used to have because I just didn't find there was enough difference for me personally to make it worth it. So I sold that, and in the future I'm looking at getting this mic. Still need to decide about it, but that is the one I'm looking at getting. Okay, yeah, okay, this is the camera. I'm gonna have to watch it back and see how it goes. Obviously I still need to learn about all of this. Okay, so this is the first time with a few settings changed. This is filming just with my hand. I'm liking what I see in the viewfinder. I mean, I'll have to see what it's like when I get it into editing, but this is the first few settings changed. Wow, okay, that's so cool. So I just set up my remote and literally, so all I had to do was press the W and T button to get it set up, and then I've put it onto recording mode, which all I had to do was press this shutter and it just started recording. What happens if I press AF? Ah, so that chooses the focus point. It does have a W and T which is meant to zoom, but I don't think it can zoom because it's not kind of, it's following me, it's staying in focus, I don't know. But if not, I guess if I move and it's not in focus, I just have to press AF and it will refocus on me. So I'm guessing I can take photos with it. I'm gonna give it a go and see. I'm not sure what the two different settings are. Oh, I can end it here. Okay, so I managed to figure out how to be able to take photos with these. It was a bit confusing. I watched a video, but they kind of skipped out a step, which is kind of vital on getting it to work. So I will go through what you have to do, but basically you have to go and set it up. So you go to, I'm gonna just follow this so I know what I'm doing. You go to the wireless communication settings and you want to turn the Bluetooth function to remote, where there's like different options and you can choose the name, what you want your camera to be called, that kind of thing. What you want to do is you want to actually go to just like the main shooting options, and there's a little thing at the top which I think is like a Q, and you want to press that and you want to go down to the options where you basically choose the like shutter options. That's where you choose the self timer, where you choose if you want like continuous photos to be taken, and you want to choose the option that's kind of got like a little remote on the side of it with a little timer button. So with this, you can shoot, if it's on the top it takes one photo and like straight away, and then if you have the option in the middle then it will take, I'm not sure if it takes two photos, but it takes like a little bit of like, it takes like 2 seconds to take the photo. But now I know how to use it, it's fine. Obviously I have to shoot photos in manual mode and record videos in, well I don't have to record videos in movie mode, but that's what I will be doing. For now, I think I'm going to leave this video here because there's not a lot more I can go off of. I've been filming with this camera, so you guys can obviously see the difference. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all soon with another one. Bye!
I can't breathe without your